So back in February, would you believe it, I actually was doing a little research and I'm going to say accidentally, stumbled upon images of the Jakks Pacific Bendy toys, at least wave 1 and the first wave of the Plush toys. I don't think these were supposed to be available to me yet, or anyone for that matter, but I just happened to be the first one to stumble across them. So duh, of course I made a video showing them all off, and honestly that video is now my most successful video on the channel, unfortunately. But it overall got a lot of views and it was a very successful video. It spawned a lot of comments and a lot of discussion in the comments, which I was openly replying to with questions on where I'd found it, even though it was quite literally in the description. Kind of shows kids don't know how to read descriptions these days. But anyways, a lot of good questions regarding like when I think they might come out in the States or what I think's going on with them, which I was much happy to answer. So yeah, thank you to everyone who did like that video and check it out. Unfortunately though, I accidentally buried myself in a casket with fucking kids stealing my images on Twitter and Reddit especially. Like I saw Reddit, it was pretty bad, and even YouTubers stealing my like what were obviously screenshots from my video and using them as their own and kind of taking credibility as source when I didn't know you could be the source of a source. Makes no damn sense to me. But at this point I was calling a few people out on it, saying like, okay, clearly you got these from my video, give some credit where it's due. And it got to the point where I gave up. I quite literally just these whole leaks were like going everywhere to the point where I just was losing track, and I feel like I didn't even see all of them, so I just gave up. So that's where we're at now. I finally have my hands on all of them, the plushies and the figures. The figures will be coming in a video as well. But yeah, let's go into these plushies and take a good look at them. I want to give you guys all a better, full good look at them. So here are all of the plushies in the little bendy display box. I'll give you a quick little spin around of this thing. Pretty cool. I was able to get one of these. It's not often I can get one of these display boxes. I was always so impressed that other YouTubers can get their hands on them when I actually realized it's not that hard. But yeah, let's actually take a look at the plushies. Okay, so here is Bendy the Demon. This is a really nice looking plush. Now, the one thing I am going to say right off the bat, because I don't want to bring this up for every plush, I am very disappointed that they all just rely on fabric screen printing. Like, it's all printed. Now, it's really good screen printing. Definitely better than Fat Mojo's. I would do a comparison with Fat Mojo's plushies next to these ones, but I'm actually saving that for an upcoming video soon. That will be on the screen here, so do keep an eye out for that. I will be comparing the Jakks figures and plush to like some examples that I have of the Fat Mojo figures and plush. I think that'll be really cool. But Bendy is a really nice looking plush. His tag, very simple. But the details on him are really nice. Like, I actually think the details on all of them are like, it makes them look like they're ripped straight out of the game. I like that these actually guys have feet too. That's actually kind of cool instead of just stubs. I do kind of wish they did what Fat Mojo did with the beans. I think that would have been really nice, because they do kind of, they don't really want to sit. I find they kind of just fall over. You'd have to have them leaning up against something. But yeah, Bendy is actually a really nice looking plush. I love the detail on the eyes. I don't know if it's supposed to be like decay or webbing or whatever that is, but yeah, I'd say Bendy is a really solid one. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. Next up, we are going to take a look here at Alice, which I think honestly is the weakest one. I kind of want to say one of the better ones, at least my favorite. The last is Alice here. Yeah, so the reason she's so weak, she's so thin. Like, she is thin, and for the price you're paying for her, she's like so tiny, thin and spindly. Barely feels like she's got any stuffing in her whatsoever. And like the appearance of the plush looks really nice, same as Bendy. But like the details on her are really, really nice. They're not as detailed. I wish they actually added some of those more like those line details. She does kind of lack that, which makes her kind of like stand out weirdly next to these two. She almost looks more like a Fat Mojo plushie when it comes to detail. But the thing I hate the most, the hair. The hair is terrible. I'll admit, I do not like the way they did this. This looks like, it's almost kind of like a, like, it feels like that's hollow in there, that like fabric, that's so, it's, I don't know. And she's, again, just very, very plain. These are all really well done and basing themselves off the video game models of the plush. Again, though, Alice, oh, actually, no, Alice actually sits. I think because she is so thin, she sits easier. So at least she sits, or at least mine does. But yeah, when it comes to the appearance of the Alice plush, it's kind of like, it's not the worst, but it's definitely, I'd actually say the Fat Mojo one is way better, in my opinion, just my personal opinion. But yeah, there is Alice. And finally, we have Boris. Boris has got to be my favorite just because he's the most detailed. He looks, I'll admit, at first I actually thought this one was like the weirdest and worst looking one until I actually went back and was looking at the game models. This one's actually the best because it actually feels the most accurate to the game model. It's got like all these lines and textures. This splat is amazing. I like that on the back. Like these button details, I again wish these were sewn, but like they're there. They, I guess, like in a sense, I guess the printing adds to like 2D sketch look, which I guess some people like. The ink splattered all over him. I love that detail on the nose. I actually have like a very similar art style with a lot of these like weird thin line shading. So I love that detail. It's really nice. The ink running down his body here, the sewing and the stitching. You can see kind of it's made in 2D to look kind of 3D. Like you can see the little, it's hard to explain. Or ink splatters on his gloves and just like, I still love this ink splat right here. That looks amazing. Looks like a real ink splat. It's running down his sides here. On his face, his eyes. It's just a really nice looking plush. And you can see under the snout there and under his neck. It's a, I'll admit, under here looks a little weird, but I actually think this is the strongest one. And the plus, his ears don't sag. Like his ears actually stay up. That was one thing I hated about the Fat Mojo one, is his ears never want to stay up on mine. I feel like everyone's I've seen, they are so like, he ends up looking like a moose or something. This now it actually looks like Boris because his ears want to stay up. So yeah, definitely I think the strongest in the set. And yeah, that's all three of them. So there we have it. That is all three of the Jakks Pacific Bendy Heavenly Toys plush toys or plushies or whatever you want to call them. Soft toys, soft goods, whatever. They, I think, for the price they go for in Canada, I live in Canada, by the way, so I got like all of these like early, I think like by a month. Like these were already hitting my Walmarts like so fast, it was unbelievable. I think they run for like 14 plus tax. Like they come around like close to 20, let's say. They're not bad for their price. I'd honestly say I feel like you're getting your money's worth. They don't feel cheap quality. They do feel nice. The only one that does feel like not cheap, but just kind of is Alice. Like again, it's more just because of her spindly thin body. Feels like she's barely got any stuffing in her. These two have like actual plush feel to them. Like they've given softness to them. Much better for like cuddling or something, while Alice is just like really thin and wouldn't get much out of her. So I do highly recommend these plushies for Bendy fans, especially like me, like die-hard fans of the game and Dark Revival and whatever. Yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy my review on them, and I will have again this week a action figure review. I have all four of the action figures. I cannot wait to review those as well. And until then, I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you are a fan of Bendy content and anything else I post. I really would appreciate if you check out all my other content. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!